So Ruroc just released their newest helmet and it's not an Atlas. So in today's video, I'm gonna check it out, do an unboxing of it, and take it for a little spin to find out how it compares to their previous helmet, the Atlas 4.0. Which is still a thing. So this is a new thing. Everything's new on this one. So for you guys that aren't familiar with Ruroc, they are a relatively new helmet company in the market, and as of a few years ago, all they made was snowboarding helmets, which is what they kind of got their start doing. And then they started getting into the motorcycle world, where they brought us the Atlas 1.0 a few years ago, and now in a short period of time, we are already up to the Atlas 4.0. So they are making iteration after iteration relatively quickly, and the last helmet they made before the EOX was the Atlas 4.0, along with the Atlas Race and the Atlas Street. So there was 3 options there. From what I understand, this EOX is an entirely new helmet. And thank God, because at the Atlas line, they were already at Atlas 4.0, and it was starting to feel like a Final Fantasy game, even though Final Fantasy 7 was the best, so it's unfortunate we didn't get to the Atlas 7. But regardless, I'm glad that they went with an entirely new name, because that kind of naming convention does get a little old after a while. Although all the Atlas lines were an upgrade to the previous model, whereas the EOX is an entirely different helmet. Also guys, keep this in mind, I am a sponsored rider for Ruroc, and what that means is I am paid to wear their helmets in my videos. Ruroc's not paying for this video. They didn't really ask me to make this video. My contract literally means I wear their helmets while I ride in my videos. I'm not riding this video. I don't have to make this video. But I am very excited about this helmet, and I wanted to show it to you guys. I wanted to show you the unboxing experience. I want to go for a ride with it and bring you guys along with, because that's what I do. So if you enjoy this video, I would love a like. And that is my disclaimer. Treat it for the 2 cents that it is. Let's get this thing unboxed so I can go for a ride in it. Are you just rolling?
Yeah, we're just fucking.
All right. We have package. Low key though, I've been waiting for this one. Okay. Nothing new there. Box looks the same.
Nance is so violent with a helmet.
Listen, y'all know that UPS was way harder on this than me. I mean, box looks the same.
Yeah, it's generally the same.
Okay, we got the little, this, we appreciate 100% EOX, yeah, 100% recyclable, love that.
Love that.
We'll make sure to recycle. Oh, we get cool little graphics.
Oh.
Okay, user guide, no paper, love that. Okay, inside of here, we get dark visor. Oh, the visor's different. Okay, we'll dig into that in a minute. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, it's okay. All right, helmet, beer pluggy boys. And I mean, do we care? Do we care what's in here?
It's neat.
Yeah, it's neat.
It's got all the concept art and stuff.
I like the concept art. It's fun. Okay, the moment. Wait, I have responsors for this. I have responsibilities. All right, now. Have you guys seen all the stuff on this? Or?
No, literally none of it. No.
Oh, this is the first one I've seen in person.
Bye bag.
Okay.
Okay. Different venting. Wow, huge vents up top.
Okay.
Angle, I much prefer it's so angular across the top.
Yeah, so you can see the like air channels and stuff. Okay.
No side vent.
Side vents. It still has. Can you see that it has the like face, the cheek structure, but now it goes into. It just kind of flows back, so it's going to help with wind reduction. Get a little branding there. Let's test the visor. Yeah, love that. Okay. Oh, the padding looks different too, and feels really nice. Okay, now goes all the way over. Still has the cool little vent off the back, and that is where the Shockwave goes. Okay. And I guess it just, okay, so that just pops in. Battery for the Shockwave goes there, no wires. Ooh. Everything is just built in, yep. All right, so this is all cool. I don't think we have a Shockwave yet, but it'll be in the mail. Yeah,
so the stitching is nice.
Yeah, everything feels really nice.
I like how much room there is to flex that.
There is.
Vent adjustment.
Whoa. That is
a lot of vent adjustment.
That is actually an entirely different mechanism. That's really neat. Okay. Now So, supposedly, allegedly, this is supposed to have a better egress fill putting on, because the other one had a little issue with that. So, let's find out. We still have the mag quad fidlock, yeah. Okay. Whoa.
Whoa. I love that.
That feels so much tighter than my old one.
That's what he said.
Can you see my cheeks?
Your cheeks are punched in and the pads are pushing up a little bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if you need to size up now.
This has got to be a smaller shell because I don't.
It's visibly a smaller shell.
I feel like nothing's on my head though, except my cheeks. I can feel are like really pressed in.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not sitting far enough down on your forehead.
Yeah. Well, so
I think you're up a size.
right, but yeah, that's too small for me. But here's the cool thing. So with this helmet, they told us that to solve a lot of the shell size stuff, they are going to offer, I think, like half-size pads so that you can get half-size pads. I think the top part is too small for me though.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because it was up here that it was really tight. So the medium is the only shell size that doesn't have a shared shell size with others.
Because they used to have an extra small.
The sizing was
small,
really
medium,
strange.
A medium large, and then a large extra large.
I just want to see what this padding feels like. Yeah, that feels really good. I mean, the 4.0 is really good too, but I'm just curious. Yeah, I like the feeling on that a lot. Let me get this back in here, and then, Christian, do you have a smaller head than me?
What did he say?
That's a fair point.
It's not even a slide to you. That's the fact that Christian's bald.
Oh, check it out. So your wiring for the stuff, there's a little compartment that you literally tuck that in.
Oh, that's nice.
That is really cool. So that, and look at that, there's even a channel where the wire feeds straight into the air thing. Yeah, that's really neat. I love that everything's just built in. So one of the issues that I've had with previous Rurocs, one of the issues, because like with my helmets, I mean, you guys know, I get a Ruroc in, or I get any helmet in, and then I have to rip it apart to install stuff on. And I've had Rurocs that when I take the padding apart, it is hard to get it back together, and no helmet likes this, like doing this kind of shit to it, like opening up the sides.
Yeah.
And some helmets fall apart. I've actually had older versions of Rurocs do that.
The 4.0s have done a pretty good job.
The 4.0s have done
We're not gentle with those helmets.
I probably should be. Okay, so that's back. We'll see if that fits
not gentle.
Dooley.
If that fits you, then cool. You've got a new helmet. And we got to reset that up.
I got a carbon helmet. Oh my god.
The medium's a tiny boy. Oh, you can get it actually on your head and move it. I can't move it on my head.
Oh, yeah. That's tight like here.
So if you wear a medium,
Whoa. If you currently wear a medium large,
you wear a large.
size up.
Yeah. Although I'll get them to send me the pads, the thin boy pads, but I worry that it's the up here part that you can't change. It's kind of cool when you close the front vents, you get these little, can you see the little things inside the little nostril area?
Yeah.
That's really neat. Bro, the visor feel and this thing,
Very positive.
that is fantastic. All right, cool. I gotta go order another helmet now. Shit. All right, guys, so I'm out here doing the test ride of the Ruroc EOX. As you can see, I've got it on right now. Now, I've just got a little wireless mic inside the helmet. It's literally just shoved in down here. So if my audio sounds a little weird, this is the best audio I could really come up with on a quick, like I don't want to rig my helmet up yet, you know, before I make this a motovlogging helmet. So just bear with me. You're also going to notice that I've got a white one on. Now,
The original one Ruroc sent me was a liquid carbon one, and I ordered a medium because on the Atlas 4.0, I was a medium large, so that kind of weird size, and I just thought I would be a medium, but when I tried it on, it was really tight in my head area, so I had to get a large, and this is the only one they had available that they could get to me quickly, so I could make this video in time. So I'll probably end up with a liquid carbon because I love the looks of those, but for now, I'm going to be rocking the Ghost, and I think it actually looks really neat. So anyway, let's do a first ride impression on the EOS. Of course, a test mic setup, and I'm literally riding my MT-10, which is like the loudest motorcycle I own, which is smart. So I've got a list of things I'm going to be looking for on this helmet, and we'll walk through them as we go. All right, so guys, the first thing with the EOS is let's talk about the comfort now that I've got it on my helmet, or on my head. My head is essentially a helmet these days. So as far as comfort goes, I do feel like the EOS is more comfortable than my Atlas 4.0. The couple places that I can really feel that is, one, the cheek pads here in the front. They seem to squish my cheeks a little more, which you guys may or may not be able to hear. I can't really tell. But just these areas right here, they seem squished a little, but that makes the helmet feel like it's better tight on my helmet. As far as the padding goes, the padding is just as comfortable as my Atlas 4.0, but I already thought the Atlas 4.0 was really comfortable, so as far as comfort-wise, the EOS has got a little bit of a gap ahead. And the thing I like more about the EOS too is, you guys know I have this crooked ass nose, right? But I now have a finger's distance between the nose hump on the EOS, and where my Atlas 4.0, my nose, if I press the helmet forward, I could actually touch my nose to that area. So it is a lot more comfortable and spacious than Atlas 4.0, at least for me. Another thing that I'm instantly noticing is the visor. Now, they've changed up the visors for the EOS, and specifically these mechanisms on the side, there's no longer little plates, and the mechanism is like inbuilt into the helmet itself. Taking the visor on and off is super freaking simple, so I really appreciate that, because you guys know when I'm riding in my helmets, I've got a ton of visors. I love different colored visors, so changing that out is super simple. Again, you need no tools, but it is going to be totally different. One of the main things I'm noticing is how easy the visor can go up and down, and when it goes to lock in place, it's a lot easier to lock these in place. The Atlas 4.0 visor had this little metal pin popping out, and even on the one I currently use, the Stormtrooper one, when I go to shut my visor, there's some times that I can't like get it to pop around that little metal tab, and my visor never pops open or anything, but now the visor mechanism is just this kind of angled little bar, and there it is. Visor's totally sealed now. That is so much easier than the Atlas 4.0, so that's a welcome improvement for sure. I did forget to install the pin lock on this smoked out visor. From what I understand, all EOS helmets are going to come with pin locks, which is fantastic. If you guys have never ridden with a pin lock before, bro, it is night and day, especially when it's really cold and you got your visor shut. Your motorcycle visor will not fog up. I highly recommend you guys looking into those. It's a real game changer when you start riding with them. All right, let's talk about the material on my face. So the material is super soft, super comfortable, like I was saying. I can't really tell that much of a difference between the Atlas 4.0 and this helmet. It's still super soft, feels good. I've got no problems with it. And I mean, again, this is one of those situations where like, this is not an upgraded Atlas. This is an entirely different helmet, different shell, like literally different everything. But they clearly took the stuff that really worked well on the Atlas 4.0 and brought it over to here. All right, so next up, something I want to look into. I haven't been getting enough red light or green lights to really test, but I'm going to be quiet for a second and listen to what the helmet sounds like to see how noisy it is. It is still a carbon fiber helmet. I don't know what the audio sounds like to you guys because my microphone's in a kind of really weird spot right against this chin. So you guys might hear a lot of wind noise. But for me, it sounds about the same as my Atlas 4.0 did. I mean, I can hear the wind for sure. There's no doubt about that. But it's nothing that is outside of the normal. One, carbon fiber helmets are always going to be louder. It doesn't matter if you have a AGV Pista or whatever. If your helmet is made out of carbon fiber, it will be a louder helmet than a regular, fiberglass helmet. I can't tell any difference in the sound on this one though. Again, I'm comparing that to my Atlas 4.0. It's not the same helmet, so I don't know if that's a direct comparison, but it's about the same sound-wise. No real difference there. Oh, one thing I am curious about, I can test this. So when I had my Atlas 4.0, when I used my Atlas 4.0s, there is a little bit of whistling. Let's try this. I can only slightly hear the visor whistling now. It used to whistle pretty bad if you put it into this position. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. When I used to put my visor like that in my Atlas 4.0, it whistled like pretty bad. I can't hear the whistling at all on this one. If anything, it's very slight, which is awesome because I end up riding like this a lot, especially here in Georgia. It gets really hot. Boy, I ride with that visor open all the time, and I would always have to adjust it a little bit as to stop it from whistling, but looks like that's not going to be a problem here. All right, one of the things I have been most excited about since they shared the graphics with me with this helmet is the aerodynamics, because one of the things they changed from the Atlas 4.0 is these vents, while they're still here, they kind of just sleekly go into the helmet, and you don't have that little fake vent anymore. And I was wondering if that was really going to change the aerodynamics of the helmet. And I've got to say, I'm on my MT10 right now. I have the shorter windscreen, so I've got a lot of air coming onto me. And this helmet is just cutting through wind. I'm getting literally no bobbling or anything, which is a relatively big jump compared to my Atlas 4.0. It was never a problem because I was always used to Icon variants with the big peaks. So those little vents never really caused me much issue. But now that I'm feeling a helmet without that, I'm like, bro, helmets just cut through the wind if you have a good one. So that's really awesome, the big aerodynamic change. I'm gonna appreciate that on those really long trips. Next up, let's talk about the weight. Because I noticed this helmet, the large version at least, the large shell size does look a little bigger than the Atlas 4.0 that I have. And that made me worry that this helmet was going to be a little heavy. But, like, honestly, dude, my cheeks are pressed in and it doesn't feel like I'm even wearing a helmet right now. Which is, that's kind of insane, actually. Part of that could be the aerodynamics as well. Okay, cool. They still have the cracked visor position. That's good. I always like this position where it's barely cracked. I end up using that quite a bit. So what visor positions do we have? We have cracked. The next one is there, which is relatively open. We have this, which is just right above the eye. This is probably my favorite visor click position. There, and then we have fully opened. Once we get this green light, the last thing I really want to test out are these top vents. Because apparently they've reworked all of the ventilation on the helmet, and it should flow, it should noticeably flow a lot of air. And my head is kind of warm because of the sun right now, but the air is cool. So these are like perfect conditions to test out that top vent. All right, so the top vent's closed right now. Let's get it opened up if I can find it. Oh, that's cool. So I had the vents open already, and when I shut them off, I could literally feel my head getting warm. And now with them open, I can feel this like little gust of cold air going over the top of my head. It actually feels really weird. I am not used to that. Typically I tape all my vents off, but because I want good audio and I don't want any wind coming in my helmet, so I always shut all my vents. So it actually is strange to feel air. coming over my head. Can you guys hear any audible difference now? So like this is them opened. All right, let's shut them. All right, now they're shut. Can you hear a difference? Yeah, if you guys can't hear a difference, then oh my gosh, this helmet will be perfect timing because I'm about to come into summertime. And if I can have my vents open in my helmet while I motovlog, that would be awesome. All right, guys, well, that's about all for my first impressions of the Ruroc EOX. So far, this thing is feeling like a giant step in an awesome direction for the boys over at Ruroc. Of course, as always, I am a sponsored rider. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I continue to be sponsored by Ruroc. Well, one, because they continue to want to sponsor me, but I don't have to continue this sponsorship, guys. I enjoy the helmets. I enjoy the Atlas 4.0. I enjoy this one as well. I'm not going to put something unsafe on my head just for a sponsorship. So, but I like to be open and transparent with you guys. So take all of that for what you will. I'm going to be rigging one of these up as soon as I can get a large liquid carbon. I'm going to get one of these rigged up for my first ride helmet ASAP. I am stoked about it. This is going to be awesome. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll have links for the EOX in the description down below. If you guys want to check one out for yourself or pick one up. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for getting to the end of the video. If you did, you're in the outro crew. So if you could, put OC in the comment for me. That stands for outro crew. And let me know what you think about the new helmet. Is this going to push you over the edge to finally get a Ruroc? And from what I understand, the Atlas is still a helmet. You guys can still get the Atlas 4.0, the street and the track, if I understand correctly. So they're not abandoning the Atlas line at all. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of divide the lineup. Anyways, guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels. You guys ride safe. I'll see you on the next one. Later, guys.
Throwing around expensive equipment.
This man's out here just throwing expensive equipment around. You should tell him to go watch your new Triumph.
Go watch my 660 Daytona Triumph video. You're gonna like it. Or go watch the T-Series if you haven't watched the T-Series video.
Go watch our Harley videos that we just did.
And Patty's Harley videos. Those things are rad.
Bye, friends. We'll talk to you guys later. Hope you all have a great day. All that fun stuff. Bye.